All right, question number one for you. I'm joined with Will Shea, and he is the founder of Stories Co., a design studio, and he is a logo designer. Okay, so number one, on your introductions page of the studio's website, you say that you dropped out of high school. Would you mind
Mhm.
telling me what made you decide the entrepreneur path was for you? What challenges have come with this?
Ooh, getting deep. Good. I love it.
I don't mean to
Uh,
put you on the spot or anything, but I just wanted.
no, you're right, man. I love sharing the story. So yeah, dropped out of school, just hated it. Hated school, hated I just wanted to be outside and playing and have fun and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I didn't really relate to that kind of teaching and stuff in the classrooms and things like that. So my aim at that stage was really like just a rebellious little kid, and so really, yeah, I because we have like in Australia, you can like start working in construction and they cater very well for people in construction and stuff. So yeah, when I was about 16, I left school and just started that. And all I wanted to do was travel the world and have fun with my mates at that time. So yeah, I got a job being a carpenter at 16. And yeah, just made my money, made my way, and I loved it. I love building homes and stuff, like really nice homes and whatever. And then saved up my pennies and just yeah, traveled the world a bit. So that was kind of to that. And then really kept doing that for 10 years or something like that. I was in construction and whatever. And then, I really felt like I was, just a dumb kid and couldn't learn anything and just talked shocking about myself, and because I didn't finish high school, I thought, I was just this dead shit of a person, and it was horrible talking to myself that way. But yeah, over the last few years, just really found my feet, picked up some books and everything, and started to believe in myself and learning lots of things, taking courses and stuff. And then yeah, I really found my passion and what kind of ignited my life again, which was design. And I found that and loved it ever since, mate.
Really nice. So, just kind of expanding on that, do you feel like being a free spirit, wanting to traveling the world has really contributed to really wanting to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think meeting so many people, like once you get out of I was just from a little hometown, and there was like lots of people that traveled and things, but everyone kind of just stayed there, and having the families and things like that. And that's cool. But I think once you get out of there and once you travel and just pick your backpack up and go, you just meet so many of those like-minded people that have, or different ambitions or something or think differently. I've got mates from the middle of Russia and China, not China, sorry, France, and I don't know, I just connect more with them than I could, just with a lot of my mates in the hometown. So yeah, it's just really finding something in other people, and it sparks another, I don't know, another little emotional connection. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. You're a people person. And
Yeah, I love
like
people.
such, you
Yeah.
want to be an entrepreneur. You're surrounded by people.
Yep, 100%, mate.
All right. So, next question. It says, I know in your videos you like to showcase the design process for previous clients. In your opinion, should the same treatment be applied to graphic designers who are building up their portfolios? And I want you to really, really hone in on your opinion and defend it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's so important to show where you come up with ideas. If you're going from step A to step Z or whatever it is, you know, for me, like when I've had a new client, they're like, "Oh, that's really cool how you got that idea from, say, sketching or something, or how one idea leads to another. And especially if you want to help other people in the space too, like I mean, some of the stuff that I put out is a lot of that process and a lot from the client call to the final concepts being presented. And I mean, I hope someone can look at that and go, hey, that's pretty cool. You know, I like how he came up with that idea, or, you know, or even if, no, that idea is shit, you know, and I don't like it. I don't want to do that. That's
Yeah.
fine as well. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a swear in here, but, you know,
Oh, it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, cool. So yeah, I think it's super important to show that real behind the scenes work, you know, and not every idea is beautiful, you know, like some of the doodles and scribbles are horrendous, mate, you know, but just chucking everything out there and blurting it all out, you know, I think shows the more human side towards it.
Exactly, the human side. That's what we're looking for. I go in Behance and I see a project that has like 2 sentences. I'm like, I know it took longer to make this, so why not? Why not write about it? Why not show it like a video? Why not?
Yeah,
Why not
you got,
brag about it? Why not brag?
yeah, mate, you got to show the grit. You know, there's this awesome book by Austin Kleon. I don't know if you've read it or not, called Show Your Work. And it's a really awesome book, you know, and he goes on about showing like building it out in public, you know, like or whatever it is, a logo project or website, you know, building that out kind of in the open, which yeah, it just shows a bit of the process and the progress as well, you know, what goes into it.
That's really cool. I haven't heard of the book, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, get onto it, mate. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So number 3. So when it comes to agreeing on a deadline for a client, what does Stories Co. consider?
When agreeing to a deadline with a client, can you just repeat that again? Sorry.
What does your company consider?
Um, it depends on scope and everything like that for sure. But, you know, if they've got a launch or something like that, they have to get a product out by. But really, for me, it's just communicating that early. And we have it kind of in the project brief, you know, when does this project need to be finished by? And that's kind of in the contracts as well. So, you know, with deliverables and say it's for an identity design or something like that, like logos will be presented by this date, and then, you know, whatever follows after that, an apparel design or something will be followed on after that, if that makes sense. So it's really kind of just keeping everyone on the same page, and that goes back just with communication. You know, I think that's so key, and people just you just got to understand that person as well, and you just got to gather that knowledge of how long it will actually take you to do something. And then I just chuck on a little bit as well, just to cover myself.
Right. So you establish the guidelines early so you don't have any like conflictions later on. Am I right?
100%. Yeah, yeah. Everything's got to be open and that real transparent as well, you know. And if things fall out, like someone gets sick or something like that, you know, have you got something in there, you know, and everyone's human at the end of the day. And, you know, I've been pretty lucky with things like that. Like I haven't really been sick with client work and stuff, but I've got that in there just in the contracts, just to say like there's a little bit of leeway, you know, just be a bit human.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So
Yeah.
going on to number 4, how do you manage when creative block sets in? I'm sure a lot of designers have struggled with creative block at one point. So how do you deal with it, Will?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's so many things like, you know, like a lot of the entrepreneurs, a lot of the freelancers and stuff work from home, you know, it can be very lonely as well, you know. So stuck in the same spot can just like ruin that creative feeling. You know, I've got books and posters and stuff around me for sure that I always look to for inspiration and things like that. But oh, I don't know, mate. Like I get locked in here and I just go for a walk in nature or something like that. No, you know, no headphones, nothing, just I just take a little notepad and a little pen and yeah, just smash out a walk or something like that and come back and usually just like recharge, refresh the system. So yeah, like, or honestly, like if something's not happening or something's not right and you're trying to fight it, I think that's so much worse, you know, like there's something else you can be doing, and just some days that just doesn't happen, mate, you know, and I don't know, you know, just let it go for an hour or something. And then always like when you come back and refreshed, you know, I find that, yeah, that helps heaps. It helps me a lot as well. Or, you know, if I'm doing a design or something and I'm sitting here at I got a little desk here, and, you know, I'm just like seeing the same shit all the time. I don't know, I'll go to the kitchen, or if it's a nice day, I'll go sit outside and start sketching just to change the scenery up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I feel you, Will. Like when I'm at my computer and I look outside, it's like such a nice day. I should go outside and not be inside like tearing my hairs out, right?
100%, mate. Go lay in the park or something, take your coffee down there, and yeah, lay in the grass or something, you know. I mean, it's super cold here now, so there's not much laying in grass, you know, over here. But yeah, just even change the room up or something, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about a time when a client wasn't in love with your work, no matter how much effort was put into it.
Um
You don't need to like call out anybody.
no,
Like
you're right.
this
You're
client,
right.
so
Yeah. No, we're open, but we're not that open, you
yeah,
know.
I
No,
don't want
all good.
you to be like have a target on your back.
No, mate, you're sweet. So I think like, you know, really going on with that strategy and that finding a direction to design for, you know, and really bringing that client on the onboarding session and making them a part of the process, um, really kind of cuts all that out, you know. So it's not really just grabbing a brief or something and just going, oh, sweet, I mean, I love skateboarding stuff, but I mean, it's not like I'm going to chuck skulls on a construction company or something like that, you know. So really finding all that juiciness and then yeah, getting them on board and really talking them through the process. And then everyone's really on the same page for the direction. You know, you got limitations to kind of or look like guidelines to work with, you know. So with you know, there's always changes and stuff. Like there's been a few times where I've just nailed it, you know, and it's banging. But definitely some times where there's just like minor tweaks or something, or not really happy with that. But I don't mind it at all, you know. It's really taking your ego out of it and just getting an amazing result for them, you know, and if it is just a minor change, you know, I get stoked I can start creating again, you know, and how can I make that better? You know, was there something that I missed, you know, that they came up with? And, you know, I really love that feedback, and that's kind of just bettering yourself every time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that you pointed out the taking your ego out of things.
Yeah.
Because as a business owner, you really can't let that interfere with really reaching people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when someone's paying you as well, you know, and I don't know, someone's supplying that, you know, the food on the table for you as well. Like, I believe there's limitations as well. Like, you know, with clients, they have to have a trust in you as well as a professional to get the work done, to get the job done and stuff. But always welcoming that feedback and, yeah, exactly what we said, taking that ego out, and maybe I did miss that or something, because no one's perfect, mate, you know, but yeah, I think that makes you more human and betters yourself as well.
Exactly. So we're making good time. I only have one question for you. This is the crowning question.
Oh, mate, I'm smashing it. Look at me
Right.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, you're making great time. So, here it is. If you had one piece of wisdom to tell future graphic designers, what would it be?
Oh, Jesus, Elisa. Um,
Is it
one.
dropping out of school?
uh,
I'm kidding with you, man.
no, you're all right. Yeah, I would just say learn, just like learn as much as you can, you know, and never stop. I'll never stop learning till I drop dead, you know, and having not having things your own way and seeing how other people do things different and better, you know, and always be learning, I would probably say.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And be a
Yeah,
nice person as well, be
yeah.
just be a good person to other people.
I know for me, it's really been a learning opportunity because there are times I haven't even known what a LinkedIn link in bio is. I haven't known like a lot of things that you would think are common sense, like in the
Yeah.
business, but I gotta go in there. I gotta like look up blogs, how to do, you know, how to make a color palette sometimes. What's a good color
Yeah.
palette for like Valentine's Day or like for I'm sure you've done it too, like with your recent project for stud construction.
Mm.
You made the mood board, you showed that all everything that goes into it, the little nuts and bolts. And that's kind of why I was like drawn to your work because you really focus on the like the behind the scenes that we don't see every day.
Mm. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. And yeah, it's just constantly being curious, and if you can't, I believe if you're really stuck in that mindset of this is how it works and this is the way we do things, like I think you're heading for disaster, like again goes back to that no ego and just yeah, just if you're out in the street or you're out in the city, have a look at things and see, oh, can I put a little bit of that into my next project or something, and that brain never kind of stops turning, I think that's that's like our, we never switch that off wherever we are, in bed, you come up with a thought or something, like get a little sketchbook next to your bed or something like that, and just get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
So,
at the 20-minute mark. We have made exceptional time and I'm gonna stop the recording here. Thanks for answering all my questions today, Will.
oh, you're more than
Been
welcome,
so
Lisa.
exciting to meet with you.
Yeah, oh, it's been awesome, mate. We should have another one, have another little chat soon.